What if I told you that a simple penny minted in 1965, one that millions of people spent without a second thought, could actually make you rich overnight? Imagine digging through your pocket change, spotting a dull old cent, and realizing it's worth more than your entire week's paycheck. Sounds impossible, right? But this isn't a dream. It's a real story that's been shocking collectors for years. Stay with me, because before this video ends, you'll know exactly what to look for, and who knows, you might already have this fortune sitting in a jar somewhere in your house. It all began in 1965. America was changing fast. The country had just gone through the removal of silver from circulating coins, inflation was rising, and the US Mint was struggling to meet coin demand. To keep production moving, they decided not to include mint marks on coins that year. So every 1965 penny you see, whether it came from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, has no mint mark. Because billions were made, everyone assumed the 1965 penny was completely worthless. But here's the catch. Hidden among those billions are a few mistakes, minting errors so rare they turned ordinary copper into gold, figuratively speaking. Collectors ignored this penny for decades. People spent them, tossed them, even used them in school experiments. But when a few sharp-eyed collectors started noticing unusual varieties, everything changed. Most people think every penny from the 1960s was made of solid copper, but here's the twist. A few 1965 pennies were accidentally struck on silver dime planchets. Yes, silver. This happened during the mint's chaotic transition from silver to clad coinage. Some leftover silver blanks for dimes ended up being stamped with the Lincoln penny design. The result, a 1965 penny that's actually made of silver, lighter, thinner, and extremely rare. In 2019, one of these silver plancher 1965 pennies sold for over $7,000 at auction. The collector who found it said he nearly threw it away because it looked strange, but a quick weigh-in revealed the secret. Instead of the standard 3.11 grams, it weighed just 2.5 grams, the exact weight of a silver dime. So the first clue to your fortune, check the weight. If your 1965 penny feels too light, you might be holding a piece of US Mint history. Silver isn't the only secret hiding in 1965 pennies. Another variety that's shocked experts is the 1965 double die penny, a coin where Lincoln's image or the lettering appears slightly doubled due to a misaligned die during minting. On genuine double die examples, you can see shadow-like doubling around the words Liberty and In God We Trust. These coins are extremely hard to find because the error was quickly corrected, but a few made it into circulation. Auction houses like Heritage and Stack's Bowers have sold verified double die 1965 pennies for over $3,000 to $5,000 depending on condition. Even minor doubling visible under a magnifying glass can fetch hundreds from serious collectors. Experts believe not all of these double dies have been discovered yet, meaning the next one might still be sitting in a coin roll somewhere, waiting for someone like you to notice it. Now here's where the story takes a wild turn. The 1965 penny was supposed to be made of copper, 95% copper and 5% zinc, but a few examples appear to have transitional features connecting them to 1964. During 1964, some San Francisco minted proofs were still being struck using older planchets, dies, and even leftover metals. A handful of proof-like 1965 pennies show unusually sharp details, mirror fields, and faint mint marks beneath the date. These transitional or phantom mint mark errors are incredibly rare and mysterious. In 2016, a proof-like 1965 penny with signs of an S mint mark residue sold for over $9,000. The coin community went wild, and debates still continue about whether these are genuine transitional errors or experimental strikes. So, if you ever spot a 1965 penny that looks unusually shiny or proof-like, don't dismiss it. It could be one of the few remaining transitional survivors from a chaotic minting year. But what if your penny isn't silver and it isn't doubled? Does that mean it's worthless? Not even close. High-grade 1965 pennies, especially those in mint state 67 or higher, are worth a small fortune to collectors chasing perfection. Because pennies from that year were mass-produced with worn dies, Finding one that's perfectly struck, red-toned, and uncirculated is like finding a needle in a haystack. In 2021, a 1965 Lincoln penny graded MS67 red sold for $3,450. What makes them valuable is rarity and condition. Most circulated 1965 pennies are brown and worn, but a few kept untouched in rolls or proof sets are bright, copper red, and stunning. Look for shine, color, and detail. A penny with crisp features, full steps on Lincoln's jacket, and no spots or scratches could easily be worth hundreds, even without a dramatic error. Let's talk about real people who turned pocket change into gold. A young collector from Michigan in 2018 found a silver-colored 1965 penny while coin roll hunting. He almost spent it, thinking it was a damaged coin, but after weighing it, he realized it was struck on a dime planche. That discovery netted him $5,800, enough to buy his first car. Another collector from Florida picked up a roll of pennies from his bank and discovered two double-die 1965 cents. He sent them to PCGS for grading. One came back MS64 red, valued at $2,000 each. These stories prove one thing: luck favors those who look closely. Every 1965 penny in your pocket could be a missed opportunity, and all it takes is one careful inspection to change your life. Here's the craziest part. Experts are convinced there are still undiscovered 1965 errors out there. The mint's record keeping that year was a mess, and millions of coins were produced in a rush. New varieties could appear anytime, even 50 years later. So when you're searching coin rolls or checking your jar of change, remember, the next big discovery might be yours. If you ever find a 1965 penny that looks off, different color, thinner, or oddly shiny, keep it safe, get it weighed, and send it for grading. You might just be holding a $10,000 mistake from the past. Let's recap. The 1965 Lincoln penny, an ordinary coin that hides extraordinary secrets. Some are struck on silver dime planches, worth thousands. Others show rare doubling that can multiply their value. And the most pristine ones, with full luster and detail, can sell for more than a collector's paycheck. Every penny tells a story. Some tell stories of history, some of luck, and some of life-changing discovery. So before you spend your next penny, take one more look, because that simple coin might just make you rich overnight. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to Descubre Monedas Raras, and share it with someone who might be sitting on a hidden fortune. Because your change could truly change your life.